The Galactic Council chamber had witnessed many declarations of war, but never one quite like this. Ambassador Zethkar of the Hegemony stood at the center of the crystalline amphitheater, his forearms gesticulating with theatrical precision as holographic displays materialized around him. "Behold," Zethkar's voice resonated through the universal translators, "the mathematical certainty of human extinction." The numbers were staggering. Fleet compositions scrolled in luminescent text, $847,000. Hegemony warships versus humanity's 12,000. Personnel statistics painted an even grimmer picture. 4.2 billion trained hegemony warriors against Earth's 800 million defenders. Resource allocation charts showed the industrial might of 17 conquered civilizations funneled into a single purpose: the eradication of the species that had dared refuse subjugation. Human Ambassador Sarah Chen sat motionless in her designated seat, her weathered hands folded calmly in her lap. Around her, representatives from dozens of species shifted uncomfortably. The math was undeniable. Humanity was outnumbered, outgunned, and outmaneuvered by every conceivable metric. The humans possessed no superior technology, Zethkar continued, his mandibles clicking with satisfaction. Their ships are cobbled together from scavenged materials. Their weapons are primitive projectile-based systems. Their tactics are quaint. A hologram displayed footage from the border skirmishes, human fighters desperately ramming hegemony cruisers, their pilots choosing certain death over retreat. The assembled delegates watched in horrified fascination. "You see?" Zethkar gestured at the display. "They throw themselves into impossible odds with the fervor of madmen. This is not courage, it is statistical suicide. We have calculated a 99.97% probability of complete human military collapse within 6 standard cycles." Ambassador Chen finally spoke, her voice cutting through the chamber's whispered calculations. "May I respond to these impressive numbers?" The hegemony ambassador's compound eyes focused on her with predatory interest. "By all means, human. Explain how mathematics might be defeated by wishful thinking." Chen stood slowly, her modest frame dwarfed by the towering alien representatives surrounding her. She walked to the chamber's center, ignoring the hovering statistics that painted humanity's doom in stark numerical terms. "You've shown us numbers," she said simply. "Let me show you something else." With a gesture, Chen activated her own holographic display. Instead of fleet compositions or casualty projections, images of human history flickered to life. A small group of soldiers at Thermopylae, Viking longships braving impossible seas, the Warsaw Ghetto uprising, the Blitz, the beaches of Normandy. Throughout our history, Chen continued, humans have faced impossible odds. We've been outnumbered, outgunned, and written off by every rational calculation. Your numbers tell you we should have surrendered our homeworld the moment your fleets appeared. The images shifted to show recent events, human colonies evacuating under bombardment, their defenders buying time with their lives, mining stations jerry-rigging weapons from industrial equipment, civilian transports ramming military targets. "But here's what your calculations missed," Chen said, her voice growing stronger. "You counted our ships, our weapons, our trained soldiers. You forgot to count something that can't be quantified." Zethkar's mandibles twitched impatiently. "And what intangible force do you imagine will overcome mathematical certainty?" "The fact that we don't know how to quit." The chamber fell silent. Chen's hologram showed a human child on a bombed colony world, helping rebuild a destroyed school, an elderly man teaching teenagers to pilot salvaged fighters, a woman leading refugees through hostile territory, carrying wounded strangers on her back. "You see statistical suicide where we see Tuesday," Chen continued. "You calculated the border skirmishes as evidence of our inevitable defeat. We called them a practice run." The images changed again, showing recent intelligence that made several alien delegates gasp. Human industrial output had tripled in the past year. Entire asteroid belts had been converted into shipyards. Children were learning physics alongside warfare, turning theoretical equations into practical weapons. "Every impossible battle you've shown us, we've fought worse odds and won. Not because we're stronger or smarter or better equipped, but because when everything rational says to surrender, we get stubborn." Ambassador Chen paused, letting her words settle over the chamber like a challenge. "Your 99.97% probability of our collapse assumes we'll behave rationally when faced with extinction, that we'll calculate odds and make sensible decisions about acceptable losses." She smiled grimly. You clearly don't know us very well. The hologram now displayed current human fleet movements, not the desperate retreat Zethkar had predicted, but coordinated strikes hitting hegemony supply lines, guerrilla attacks that defied tactical doctrine, suicide missions that somehow kept succeeding against impossible odds. We've been running your numbers through our computers too, Chen said conversationally. Our analysts confirm it. Mathematically, you should have wiped us out months ago. The fact that you're standing here threatening us with statistics instead of announcing our defeat tells us everything we need to know. Zethkar's 4 arms trembled with rage. Your defiance changes nothing. Our fleets will face an enemy that doesn't calculate acceptable casualties, Chen interrupted. Every human ship you destroy will be replaced by 2 more. Every world you glass will spawn 10 resistance cells. Every victory you achieve will cost you more than you're willing to pay. She gestured at the assembled delegates, her voice carrying to every corner of the vast chamber. You want to terrify us with numbers? Here's a number for you, 0. That's how many humans will surrender. That's how many of our worlds will submit quietly. That's how much mercy you can expect when we come for you. The chamber erupted in shocked murmurs. Chen continued, her voice cutting through the chaos. We don't need to outgun you to defeat you. We just need to outlast you. And humans, Ambassador Zethkar, are very, very good at outlasting things that should have killed us. The hegemony ambassador stared at her, his compound eyes reflecting the cold mathematics of war, and perhaps, for the first time, the warming glow of doubt. Your resolve means nothing against superior firepower, he hissed. Chen smiled, and it was not a pleasant expression. Then I suppose we'll find out which scares the universe more. Your numbers, or our refusal to be impressed by them. The human ambassador turned and walked back to her seat, leaving behind a chamber full of representatives who were suddenly recalculating everything they thought they knew about the mathematics of war. Behind her, the holographic displays continued showing human, statistical impossibilities, each one a reminder that sometimes the most important variable in any equation is the one that refuses to be quantified.